The floor is yours, Karim. Good luck for your speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you, Dan, for the wonderful introduction. So, today I will be talking about something which is not very close to our heart, but it is very connected to all of us. I'll start with a story what happened with me a few years ago. And it sounds serious, but I don't want to make it serious, but to make it more reflective to you and to all of us to analyze that particular issue, what I will be talking about today. Few years ago, I was traveling to London through Amsterdam, and I was at Amsterdam airport for transition. The context of my travel was that there was a training in London, and I was traveling with few Syrian participants from my group. We were going together for a training. We got our visas, we got all our equipments, everything was ready. The moment we reached to Amsterdam, everything was going really well. Everything was fantastic. And when we went to the check out from the boarding, we are boarding for the next flight because we were transitioning to the London flights. Immediately and in the line, when we were in the when the immigration guys were checking us, there was one guy who saw me. He came to me and he asked me, Karim, you are Karim, yes? I said, yes. Can I have your passport? I said, yes, this is my passport. Can you come on the side, please? I said, okay, don't worry. Maybe there is some checking the security guys are doing. And then, this checking took us for around half an hour. Why? I didn't know. There were people who were boarding in for the flight, but myself, I stuck with the security for another half an hour for nothing. The question was why I'm going to London, what I will be doing in London, how you get the visa, why there are Syrian participants with you, what are you doing, all these kind of questions, and there was questions and there was questions. Then when everything was okay, I responded everything, and but my question was for the immigration guy that you are a transit airport, you are Amsterdam. I boarded in from Syria, from Damascus. The immigration took all the questions. When I went to the British embassy, I answered all your questions. I filled your visa applications. Everything was there. So why there is another questioning at this level? When I asked him this, he said, this time you ask me. If you ask me second time, I will blacklist you in Amsterdam. Now, this is an experience going on at a transit airport in Amsterdam. And then then I didn't say anything. I just boarded in. I went. Toastmaster of the day, dear Toastmasters and guests. Today I will be talking about this particular incident and many of these kind of incidents in our lives when we are being judged because our passports, our identities, our physical outlook, our race, our religion. Why this happened to us? Especially in the globalized world, when people are traveling from one place to another, working from one place to another, when people from different nationalities are working together in different countries. when people are interacting in Zoom with all nationalities together without any race, any difference. But still, there are several of these incidents happens to us in our lives. I shared one experience with you. If I open the floor and if I ask one of you to share if you had similar kind of experience while you were traveling or you were interacting with other nationalities or other race or other ethnicities. Any one of you would like to share if they face similar kind of issues? You can write on the chat box also.
Me?
You faced an issue, Fasu?
Yes.
So,
I remember. Can I share it a bit for 1 minute?
yeah. Not a problem. Not a problem.
In
Fasu, you're muted now again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 3 years ago, I flew from Toronto and I went to LA. And when I gave my passport to the immigration agent, they told me that what kind of passport is this? I said, okay, I'm from Madagascar and it is a Malagasy passport. So they put me in another special room and they asked me like, why are you doing in the US and do you have enough money? So I felt ashamed, like why? So yeah, back to you, Karim.
Thank you, Fasu, for sharing this. I'll share you one example which happened with my son. We were going from Addis Ababa to Mombasa. And this I'm sharing with you a couple of years ago. We were going from Addis Ababa to Mombasa because he studied there. And in Addis Ababa airport, they give that because you are in transit, you have to stay one night and the Mombasa flight is in the morning. So you reach 8 o'clock in the evening from Madagascar to Addis Ababa. And then in the morning, 9 o'clock, there is a Mombasa flight. So usually the airline arrange a food voucher, a hotel voucher for you, so you can stay in a hotel. When we reached to Addis Ababa, we went for the immigration. The immigration guy said that, you are holding a Pakistani passport. We stopped giving visas to you guys. I said, we have a hotel voucher. And we've been told by the airlines that we will get a hotel. What we will do at the airport all night? They said, no, we suddenly, this is our policy. Now we are not giving it. This was happening in 2018. Whole night, my son was at that time 13 years old, and myself, we stayed at the airport. We sit on this steel chairs the whole night, and we didn't get the visa. And even the airline registered us. We had a visa for Kenya. Everything was okay. But then, because of our nationality, we were being not allowed to enter Addis Ababa. I complained, came back to Madagascar, and then I complained to the airlines. You should have told me before that this would happen. He said, no, we didn't know. If you see the airlines manuals or whatever the policies from Addis Ababa, we didn't know that they are not allowing visas to Pakistanis. Otherwise, we will not issue you the hotel voucher. Eventually, this issue went, and eventually now my son, whenever he's traveling, I think 6 times he traveled from vacation from Mombasa to from Addis Ababa to Tana. He always got a hotel. But the first time, 12 hours he stayed at the airport. There are several this kind of incidents when people judge you from your nationality. People judge you what accent you are speaking. Let me ask you, you've been Toastmasters in Madagascar, but I've been Toastmaster for 3 different districts now. So I experienced in Pakistan, my home country, I was in Madagascar, and now I am also in District 20, which is in Middle East, because my friend wanted to join that club. Now there are 4 different clubs I gone through. Do Toastmaster also judge us from our nationalities and our color when the members come together? When the members are joining in the Zoom setting, do us will be judged because of our nationalities or our colors or what accent we are speaking? No. If you take Ralph Smilge's, the founder of Toastmasters courts, Toastmaster was for public speaking for everyone without a race, without any ethnicity. Yes. And that's why we are sitting in Madagascar. We have people from different areas. We have people from South Africa. We have people joining from Zambia other day. We're having people from Zimbabwe. We all are together sitting in Toastmasters. I am from Pakistani. I'm part of this club. We all are from different nationalities, different ethnicities, but we are sitting here for one objective, and that is Toastmaster. For public speaking, for leadership roles. But still, I felt, and I'm not saying with all due respect to Madagascar and all the other clubs, and this is not I'm saying, but still then, when you are going to different clubs, you feel that now the clubs are also in tune with nationalities. It become a patriotic way of running the clubs. And sometimes in the clubs, it's the same that, why we are not marketing our country or my culture at this moment. There is no problem of marketing it, but are we giving opportunities to bringing different cultures together? Are we fair with all the ethnicity? Are we respectful for all the ethnicities? When I was looking all these issues, and then when I was doing research on this particular subject, there is a larger issue came. The larger issue was these terms which you heard a lot in last 5 years at least: prejudice and stereotyping. And I was hearing this from last 20 years. I don't want to put a political date or anything, what incidents happens. But 4 ethnicities of different religions were being prejudged because of some political events in the world. And I know that you all may right now thinking that what happening in last 20 years in the world, what politically happening in the world. So each nationality, each religion, each ethnicity is being prejudged. And prejudice is everywhere, it seems. You've seen the Me Too movement, because there are a lot of female in the house right now. You saw the Me Too movement where woman is talking about this, that we've been prejudged, we've been abused, we've been not given our rights. There are movements in the world right now about Black Lives Matters. We heard about in last 2-3 years, where people are saying that because of our color, we were being prejudged. And when you will be prejudged, what happens? What happens that we will be prejudged. When we have been prejudged, it leads to discrimination. And discrimination is a concept where people are not given the right opportunity, the right platform, according to his merit, according to his or her merit, because we are judging them for their ethnicity and their culture. I put some definitions in one of the presentations which I wanted to do, but I want to give a detailed frame or thinking that, you know, when you see the world. My subject today was, can we look at the world with a different lens? My title of this speech was how we can look at the world with a different lens. Because these issues are happening and it's keep happening. What happened in South Africa, the Nelson Mandela movement, what happened there? What he was fighting for? The rights for ethnicity. But Nelson Mandela's words himself, the world is open for everyone. Everyone should get a fair chance. So when we look at this, some few examples, let's look at these definitions. Definition of prejudice is when you prejudge someone of a group of people, a liking or dislike for one rather than another, especially without good reason. She has a prejudice against department store, a feeling of unfair dislike direct against an individual or a group because of characteristics or race or religion, injury or damage to a person's rights. Now, how many of you faced economical prejudice? You know, how many people don't visit you because of your particular race sometimes? These are also economic examples that, let's say that in Madagascar society, if there is, and with all due respect to all the ethnicities and religions, we'll say that, you know, if there is an Indian store, there is a Malagasy store, there is a French store, how many times unintentionally we talk like this? That we will be visiting this shops because this is an Indian store. But then on the back side of our mind, sometimes we don't buy things on that stores because this is an Indian store, or this is a Pakistani store, or there is a French store. When I came to Madagascar, I faced a particular style of looking at nationalities here. With all due respect to everyone, I'm not judging everyone, I'm generalizing. I'm generally saying it. But there was a particular style of looking at different nationalities. When I was in Syria, there was a particular style of looking at nationalities. I will share one example about Syria. That, you know, when I reached Syria, then I was working as a Pakistani guy, working in an Arab world. I was a non-Arab. There was a Canadian also came there and worked there. When we were in the staff meetings, I felt the Canadians are getting more favor than the Pakistanis. Same job description, same everything. But why Canadians are getting more benefits than the Pakistanis? And then I raised this issue with the management. He said, yes, because they are Canadians. They were very open about it. Because we feel that, you know, the Canadians and Americans, they are like the top nationalities, you know, they are very, very well educated, very well cultured. I said, then why you called a Pakistani to work with you if you don't want to give that kind of respect to me? I have the same qualification. This happens. And we cannot, we have to face it at some way of another. Our prejudgment of nationality is there in our societies. How many times a French national is being preferred on an Indian? How many times different nationalities? Because the Europeans, we feel that, you know, Europeans are rich, Europeans are more connected. How many times we have been preference given to different nationalities? How many times Malagasi's nationalities was not being given same preference, and the other nationalities are given more preference? And this happens. And we have the stereotypes. These people are like this. These people are like this. So for different religion, they said that, the pork meat is not good. This is a very, very common thing in different religions because they don't eat pork. So I face a stereotype that if you don't eat pork, then, they stop liking you. Some restaurants, they don't like when I say that, I don't want a pork meat. I said, why you are saying this? We eat pork. I said, but my religion doesn't allow me. I don't know. That's what my religion is saying. It's not allowed. So why you are judging me because I'm not eating pork? But there are stereotypes. People have prejudged. People have prejudged their emotions, their styles. And you will feel the unfairness of this particular judgment. And then when it led to discrimination, that's a more hard for everyone. We have age discrimination, we have disability discrimination, we have sexual orientation, status as parent, religious discrimination, national origins, pregnancy, sexual harassment. What else we need in this society? How many discrimination styles are available? But what is the solution? What is the solution? How to address this? After World War II, when this discrimination, this prejudge, and the philosophers, the psychologists, the educationists come together and said that, why don't we fight this? And they came with a wonderful concept, said that let's find a cosmopolitan ethic. One ethic which is for everyone. The cosmopolitan ethic is an ethic to respect the value of human diversity. It rejects division as a necessary outcome of diversity, seeking instead to identify the qualities and experiences that unite rather than divide us. Check Gandhi, check Nelson Mandela, check all the big leaders, Mother Teresa. They all talking about cosmopolitan ethics. That we should have one ethic for everyone. No judgment. No stereotyping. If we have that kind of one cosmopolitan ethic for all the nationalities, all the race, our world will be a different place. Without discrimination. There is another concept is pluralism. A pluralism is a state of society which members of diverse ethnic, racial, religious, or social group maintain an autonomous participation in the development of their traditional culture. Can we look at the world with a plural society in the globalized world? Can we open our eyes to a plural society with a cosmopolitan ethics? That's the question I want to ask today to all of you. I hope what I wanted to deliver today, it went inside you and it raised questions inside you. And if the questions are raised inside you, you will find a very good answer inside you also. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.